Hello friends, today I'm going to explain a mystery movie called The Immaculate Room. In starting, a white room that feels more like a laboratory than a living space, two people are about to test the limits of their patience, their relationship, and their resolve for $5 million. The rules are simple: stay inside the Immaculate Room for 50 days, and the money is theirs. But if either person leaves, the prize shrinks drastically to just $1 million. No contact with the outside world, no entertainment, only each other's company. It sounds easy enough, right? But for Mike and Kate, nothing is ever that simple. Mike and Kate are initially enthusiastic about the experiment. Mike, ever the optimist, believes they've stumbled upon a golden opportunity to secure their future without doing much more than simply existing in the room. He imagines life after the experiment will be a carefree series of parties and fun, where money is no object, and all he has to do is enjoy life. Kate, on the other hand, sees this experiment as a second chance, an opportunity to change their lives for the better, with careful planning and smart investments. Yet, despite her optimism, she worries about the mental toll the experiment might take on them. She suggests they split the prize, but Mike dismisses this, not seeing the need for any kind of long-term planning. The couple quickly discovers that the room is as sterile as it is pristine. Every inch is white, from the walls to the floor to the bed. Even the bathroom is simple, with a strict rule that only one person can use it at a time. The only real luxury is the constant stream of white shake meals that provide their daily nutritional needs, but even those have no flavor, leaving them feeling like they are slowly fading away in a place without taste, color, or variation. The only real markers of time are the changing lights above their heads that signify morning, afternoon, evening, and night, and the ticking countdown clock that constantly reminds them how much longer they have to endure. In the early days, the couple sticks to a routine. Kate sets an early alarm to maintain some semblance of normalcy, while Mike takes a more relaxed approach, sleeping in late and treating the experiment like a vacation. Despite their differences, they begin to fall into patterns. Kate meditates, focusing on affirmations to keep herself grounded, while Mike often falls into philosophical tangents about the meaning of the color white or the direction they should brush their teeth. He tries to entertain himself with these musings, but Kate urges him not to stare at the clock and to focus on the bigger picture, the prize money. But as the days drag on, the boredom becomes unbearable. They have no entertainment, no distractions, and no one but each other for company. Kate continues with her affirmations and keeps the space orderly, while Mike gets increasingly restless. He engages in strange routines like analyzing the whiteness around him or exercising to pass the time. They play childish games to stave off the monotony, but these activities only serve as temporary distractions. The strain begins to show when Kate catches Mike staring at the clock again. She reminds him of the prize, but his eyes are fixed on the numbers, counting down the days. It's not just the clock that weighs heavily on them, it's the lack of anything else. They don't even have their own clothes anymore. The room provides them with the same plain pajamas every time they change. Weeks pass, and something unexpected happens. A bug has snuck into the room. Mike, always the animal lover, tries to feed it some of their meal shake, only to be reminded by the AI voice that food can only be consumed by the contestants. Concerned for the bug's survival, Mike wants to let it out, but Kate is more pragmatic. She warns him that pushing the red button to open the door will result in them losing everything. They argue over this, with Kate accusing Mike of being too sentimental and Mike accusing her of lacking compassion. Their bickering reaches a peak when Kate accidentally steps on the bug, crushing it. The argument escalates, and their relationship begins to crack under the pressure of the experiment. As the days drag on, Kate continues to keep up her routine of affirmations and meditations. But Mike's mental state deteriorates. He's becoming increasingly disillusioned with the experiment, frustrated with the lack of stimulation and feeling trapped in a situation he can't escape. One day, he decides to request a treat, something to break the monotony. Even though it costs him a significant portion of their prize money, he asks for a single green crayon. It's not much, but at least he can create something. Kate doesn't approve, but Mike is determined to find some way to channel his restlessness. Mike begins to draw on the walls of the room, expressing himself through art. He asks Kate to model for him, but when she refuses, he continues with his own style, which only frustrates her further. The crayon leaves marks on the bathroom towel and the floor, leading to more tension between them. Kate apologizes later, admitting she's finding the experiment harder than she thought, but still, they press on. But then, something more disturbing happens. As the experiment continues, Mike and Kate receive their first connect time. The AI allows them to receive messages from loved ones, and Mike gets a video from his sister. She updates him on the family, but also expresses concern that Mike is no longer with Kate. Kate, meanwhile, receives a video from her father, who has recently gotten off the streets and is living in a homeless shelter. The unexpected connection sends Kate into a deep emotional spiral. She runs off to the bathroom, hiding from the screen and crying. Mike comforts her as best as he can, but it's clear that Kate is struggling with her past, particularly with her father's alcoholism and their broken home. She had always lied about her family to Mike, and the truth is a heavy burden she's been carrying for years. With only 2 weeks left in the experiment, Kate retreats further into herself, staying in bed all day, while Mike continues to search for distractions. Frustrated by the lack of progress, Mike requests another treat, this time, $250,000 worth. What he receives is not food, but a woman named Simone, an actress hired to stay in the room for a brief period as part of the experiment. Simone doesn't know anything about the rules or the purpose of the experiment, but her mere presence is enough to shake things up. Kate is immediately uncomfortable with Simone's arrival. She feels threatened by the woman, especially when Simone praises Mike's artwork and shows interest in him. That night, Mike offers to sleep on the floor to keep things neutral, but Kate insists they all share the bed. The tension between Kate and Simone continues to grow, with Kate's jealousy becoming more pronounced. In the morning, Simone is still there, but now Mike is struggling with his emotions. He's in the middle of a bad trip from the candy he ate earlier, and his mental state deteriorates. He sees visions of blood and drowning, which only intensify his panic. Simone and Kate try to bring him back to reality, but the damage is done. The trip reminds Mike of his past, of his younger brother Sean, who drowned while Mike was supposed to be watching him. The guilt has haunted Mike for years, and now it's resurfacing with full force. As the days wear on, the strain between Kate and Mike becomes unbearable. Kate grows more insecure, feeling threatened by Simone's presence and by Mike's emotional distance. She accuses him of cheating, and Simone tries to intervene, calling Kate out for her insecurities. Mike finally reaches his breaking point. He realizes how unhealthy this situation has become and decides that the money isn't worth it anymore. In a final act of defiance, Mike presses the red button, signaling his intent to leave the room. Kate refuses to go with him, believing that she can't afford to leave so close to the end, and insists on staying. Mike steps outside, leaving Kate behind. She watches him leave, her face filled with anguish, but she can't bring herself to follow him. As the days tick down, Kate is left alone, grappling with her emotions and the realization that money may not be enough to fix the problems that have come to light in her relationship. Eventually, she too faces the button, contemplating whether to leave or stay. In the end, she stays, completing the experiment alone, but the victory feels hollow. Months later, Mike is out for a run when he unexpectedly runs into Kate. They haven't seen each other since the experiment ended, and the years have clearly changed them both. They talk, but when Mike asks if she stayed or left, Kate avoids the question. Instead, she offers him an apology for everything that happened. As they walk away, the camera pulls back to reveal the building they're standing in front of, a homeless shelter, where Kate's father is now receiving care. The anonymous donation that helped build the new kitchen was Mike's money, but it feels like a bittersweet gesture. The experiment may have changed them, but it didn't fix their broken relationship. The immaculate room, now empty, awaits its next victims. So friends, that's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Subscribe for more videos like this and turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching.